Rough start to the second half. Pretty much decided the outcome of the game. 26 points off turnovers in a game to go to the Sweet 16 against a quality opponent. It's very hard to overcome. I always felt like our fight was great. I felt like we could get back in the game. I've had a tendency to let teams do that. My hat's off to Lamont Butler. I thought he was terrific. I thought he controlled the game from both sides. Brea had the little 8-0 or 10-0 stretch that was impactful, but the game was decided early. We were in an uphill battle. I thought Kylan and Tommy were exceptional, and I thought Trey was great. But again, it was 26 points off turnovers doesn't give you. You're fighting a pretty steep hill.
Brad, is it what they did, or was it another one of those head scratchers in terms of not, the start? Both first and second half.
Maybe a little both. I felt really good about. And we ended the half on a tough play. We had a loose ball that we don't come up with and foul him. It's a 3-point game, one possession, and then to start second half was just I can't figure it out. I mean, you have 3 turnovers in a quick period of time, and then we didn't get a stop, and it just compounded. And I'll have to look at the film, but tough start.
Brad, both KJ and Will said they felt like they let the team down, but obviously they made an impact on your program. What was that, and how do you hope you impacted them if this is it for them in their life?
Well, I think they're all better. They're terrific young guys. I'm just telling you, it's a special group. They always have a great place in my heart because of everything that this group went through. And these guys are 18 years old and never quit. Never. I don't think we reached our ceiling. I think with everything that happened with the injuries, the sickness, 38 years, I've never seen anything like what we went through. And they could have folded. They didn't. And I always remember this group and those guys for their love of the game. Those 2 guys impacted our program at a high level, and they'll all have decisions to make, and we're better for having them, and I think they're better for being here, and that's a big part of it.
How much do you think you were on your way to that ceiling coming off the win on Friday night, or is this just a case where the entire season was kind of like a box of chocolates? You didn't know what was going to.
A little bit of that. I thought we were playing exceptionally well. I think the maybe inexperience hurt us. I think we're the least experienced team left. I think that you look out and you see the team Marcus, their point guard is, I guess 12th or 13th NCAA Tournament game. That's a lot. But we played pretty well against a veteran team the other night. I thought we would carry that over.
But is there anything, the way you built this roster, do you learn anything about building it that way, or that you'll move forward? Or
we were talented. I still got to figure the shooting piece, because if you watched us in pregame warmups and you watched us in practice, we didn't miss, and we were an excellent shooting team. Maybe it was youth, maybe it was some inexperience, maybe it was Tommy being out for the 5 weeks. Combination of all that, but I like this group a lot, and we'll see what we have coming back, going through the process, and go at the right pieces.
Do you anticipate guys coming back, unless you're only one?
Sure. I hope so.
When we asked Kylan that directly after the game, he said he definitely plans on coming back. And what is having that kind of piece available for you?
We had an unbelievable tournament, and here's a guy that cares. He's a leader. He knows our culture. He knows what we stand for. So that's a great start. And guys have obviously have decisions to make, and that's the world we're in. The portal opens tomorrow, and it's speed dating at its finest, and we'll go find the right pieces.
I know you're still processing, but how do you sum up this season?
Loved it. Challenging. Hard. I felt bad because I don't feel like we got to where I thought we could get. And it was when you've got a really young team, they need practice. and they need the continuity to build the experience that you had. And I mean, missing Tommy, we had Tommy three practices in 5 weeks, and yet here we are. I think it speaks volumes to where our program is at. Not every year are you gonna win it. Not every year you're gonna win multiple games in the tournament, but you have to keep trying to do everything you can to get here. And you know, this is year 6, and we're not going anywhere.
You've got more guys that have NBA decisions to make maybe than years past. So how does that may affect the time frame of, you know, putting the next roster together? Which
I don't know. I don't know. You know, we'll continue to have conversations with those guys and their people and see where that leads. But you know, we've also got a job to do, and it's what makes being a college basketball coach really, really hard. You know, you've got a timing of the portal and you've got a timing of the draft that don't jive, and so you'll you know, we'll have decisions to make, and as they will too.
Brad, is there anything about the youth this year that impacted how you feel about maybe being young again going into the future?
Not really. I think these guys were pretty good. You know, I thought it was. I thought that the job our veteran guys did that came from other programs is understated. I thought those guys did a tremendous job. You know, I thought that of impacting a bunch of freshmen who didn't really know. But I thought the maturity of especially Tommy and Kasparis, those two, because of their experiences overseas, was above and beyond. Yeah, we'll you know, we're going to keep recruiting Europe, that's for sure, and we're going to keep you know, adding freshmen that can develop, and we've got the best strength coach in the country, and that's, you know, you look at Will Riley gained 22 pounds, and I think our program impacted him a great deal.
Brad, do you plan on going outside to hire another assistant coach? And if so, what would you be able
I
to?
haven't thought a whole lot about it. We were in a great spot, and as the season went on, and we moved Quay into a spot that he was instrumental on the floor with our guys, and great relationship guy. So we'll you know, we'll kind of deal with things here one step at a time, and the portal's kind of the next step.
Brad, how do you want people to remember this team with everything it's gone through?
I hope they were fun to watch. I hope they were. I hope they have an appreciation for how smart they are, how good of human beings they are. As I told them in there, they've got my number. And you know, at the end of the day, we lost a ball game, and we're in the NCAA tournament, and it's something they can be remembered by. But 25 years from now, if I'm still alive and I can help them, man, that's what this thing's all about. They've acted the right way. They love each other. They love to play, and I'll never forget that part of it. They were fun to coach because of their love for the game, and not just what it brings them. They love the game, love to compete, and that was fun to be around.
Brad, if Ben wants to come back, would you like to see compliance file a Diego Pavia type waiver for him?
Sure, that's all those decisions are forthcoming, and you know, those are all things that we get to start dealing with.
What will the next few weeks be like for you, just as you try to wait for those decisions and put the pieces together?
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
You know, people have no idea how hard it is doing what we do and the hours we spend, and now we jump into this, and it's roster building, and it's, you know, I've been here actually making calls. I don't know if there's a good time, a bad time, whatever time. Nobody really cares, so I'm not going to complain about it, but it's literally just next step. It's speed dating, it's gathering information, figuring out what you're trying to do, and we've got a pretty good idea of that. We got a lot of really smart people on our staff who've been working really hard at it, gathering information. But I imagine our bus ride home, that's what that will be. I won't be watching film on this one. It'll be figuring out what our roster looks like for 25-26.